What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with another figure review. Today I want to take a look at the Super7 Foot Soldier from the new TMNT line that Super7 is running. So so far we've looked at Baxter Stockman, we've looked at Raphael, we've looked at Splinter, and now we'll look at the last and final figure from Wave 1, which is our Foot Soldier. As with the others, we've got our brown cardboard box, which is really just a protective box for the box that your figure's actually in, which I think is a phenomenal touch for Super7. Really gives some protection to that box for those in-box collectors. On the front of the box, we've got our Foot Soldier title here. This is what's in your box. You've got your kind of that 80s style TMNT logo. Super7's got some branding in the bottom. As we spin around, got a little legal jargon here on the back. So again, as we've said with the ones before, this box is really not made to be pretty. It's just made to protect. Let's go ahead and break our actual box out of the protective box. All right, guys, so we've got our Foot Soldier box on our review table here, and what we're seeing is that it looks like our villains are going to come with a purple box, and our heroes, in this case being Raphael and Splinter so far, are going to come with the green box. So Baxter Stockman's box mimic the Foot Soldier box here, with the exception each character is getting kind of their own logo here. So we've got our Foot Soldier head, and looks like he's got kind of a hunting knife here is kind of his logo. So really nice. This is textured, so you're able to actually feel the texture in this design, which is really, really nice. Again, Super7 really looking out for those inbox collectors with the boxes they're putting these in. Got our Foot Soldier here. This is where they're going to show us which figure is actually in the box, but you typically can tell from the logo on the front. A little bit of branding there by Super7 on the top. We get reminded this is part of their Ultimates line. Flipping on around to the back, we just get that 80s style Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo there. These are slipcover boxes, so we'll go ahead and take our slipcover off and take a look at the contents inside. All right, so there we've got our Foot Soldier in his window packaging. Just phenomenal. Again, if you're a in-box collector, this is really what it's all about here. These guys showing all these accessories. You've definitely got your figure in a vanilla pose, but the figure is very easy to see and to visualize here. Super7 doing a really good job. Looking at the box, again, the same design on the box as what we saw with Baxter Stockman. Kind of got this, this brick area is in a bluish purple tone. You can see that as we kind of spin on around. Just some different designs here. Does look like just a reuse of the Baxter box. As with all the Super7 action figures that we've reviewed so far, we do have a little write-up here. It says Foot Soldier, Shredder's right-hand mummy. Foot Soldiers are all alike, speechless robotic minions to Shredder, the evil Foot leader. Their mummified movements, turtle shell armor made from the unfortunate relatives of the turtles, and radioactive eyes make these skeletal scumballs truly horrible additions to the Foot Clan. It's pretty cool there. Got some branding here for Super7 and Nickelodeon going in together to make this happen for us. So we're all very grateful for that. Let's go ahead and get our Foot Soldier out of his packaging and take a look at what we got. All right, guys, so we got our Foot Soldier out on the table, and let me tell you, this figure really, really looks good. I can remember growing up as a kid, I was never a fan of the original Foot Soldier toy, which I'll throw up here so you guys can kind of see a comparison between the two. I always made my brother play with the Foot Soldier, but man, this is really, really pushing it as far as being kind of one of my favorites now that I've had him in hand and seen him outside that package. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal figure. As we always do, let's jump straight into accessories for this guy. So we got a couple different weapon options here, which they have given us, and I have no clue what we call these, but we do got some paint here on them, some nice chrome paint on each end here, just to kind of accent the metal bits on it. So this looks really good. We've got another weapon here, And this is not bendy wire of any sort. It is just plastic. So, you know, the configuration you see it in right now, this is going to be, you know, how it's going to stay. But no paint on this one. Still looks nice. It's very well done as far as the sculpt of it. And as we've gotten with multiple figures so far, we got the 2 ninja stars just painted in chrome. Very nice. We got a nice little kind of hunting knife here, painted in chrome for the blade. Handle has no paint, but nicely sculpted. Mine is slightly warped out of package, and this would probably be one of the items that I will pose him with, but I like that look. Got his rifle here, has a little bit of silver accenting here on it, but it does kind of have almost like a dirty wash to it, which looks really good. You can see that real well, I think, on the gun better than you can the other weapons, but it looks really nice. Like this gun. And then he's got his little pistol blaster. No paint on it, but sculpted well. So it looks good. A lot of hand options for this guy. You can see the hands that he has here are kind of, you know, just your typical holding hands that he would hold the weapons, the hilt of a weapon with. And then we've got these kind of semi-relaxed / holding hands. All right. Got some actual fist hands here. Okay. We've got some kind of pointing fingers hands here. You could probably use this as a salute or a kind of pointing in a certain direction. So they look good. And then you've got just your straight hands. Just flat palm, finger straight out. Okay. And then lastly, the weapons tree. So there's your weapons tree. It's got all the weapons that we just talked about, except unpainted, kind of with that original style weapons tree. It looks really nice. This is a very nostalgic addition that they've given us on all these Super 7 figures. So let's go ahead now and take a closer look at our foot soldier. All right, guys, so let's bring in our foot soldier and kind of do our close-up here. We can see just a phenomenal face sculpt here. I'll throw up a close-up here of the original toy's face, and you can do kind of a comparison there. But man, they absolutely nailed it. I think Super 7 has just done a phenomenal job on this. But you can see the lines are painted extremely well. Everything is real nice and crisp. And, you know, I really have had a very hard time, and I may not have even found a single one, but a paint flaw in this TMNT line as compared to, if you've watched my Thundercats reviews, you'll see many. TMNT is, I don't know if it's being done at a different factory or what the difference is, but there's absolutely a difference in the paint quality between the TMNT line and the Thundercats line. But here we got that shell armor, you know, that it talked about on the back of the box, right here on their arm. It's very iconic for the cartoon version of the foot soldiers. This sash here is it is glued down, but it's just a soft plastic. You're not going to be able to get it up. You can tell it is glued down in certain areas to keep it you know, from moving around. And then this is also soft plastic here, which is a good thing. It kind of helps with that range of motion in the legs if you were to try to get this guy into some type of a dynamic pose. Now here, this is not a soft plastic, so that is going to hinder some of the articulation in the wrist, which we'll look at when we get to articulation. The pants are painted really nice. They have kind of almost like a dirty wash over them. If you can see that on camera, I'm not sure how well that's showing up, but they have just a nice dirty wash on them. Looks really good. You don't want figures like this just to be completely clean. And down, real nice sculpting here on the boots. Paint work is really perfect. All right, so just taking a quick look at this guy's articulation, there really is not much looking down for the head. However, we do have the ability to look up, which is good. Out here on the, well, and you get your full 360 here on that head. We can get those arms up to about right there. We do have a swivel in the bicep, single jointed elbows as we've seen with all of the Super 7 stuff. Moving on down to the wrist area here, you've got the full 360 in the wrist. Those wrists will go back and forth. However, as we discussed, that hard plastic of the sleeve does hinder it a little bit going out. We got nothing in the chest area, but we do have a swivel at the waist there. We can get these legs all the way out into the Van Damme pose. Plenty up, plenty back. They will slightly swivel here on that ball hinge or peg up there at his pelvic area, and then single jointed knees right here. As we've seen, Super 7 has not done any double jointed anything that I've been able to see yet, so we'll see if they ever get to that. But I don't mind it. I feel like the figures that they're doing, it works kind of with the style they're doing them in. Moving on down, you've got a cut in the calf right here, so you're going to get a swivel there, and then lots of range of motion here in the ankle area. Plenty of forward, back, side to side. These ankles are going to do it all for you. So really pleased with the articulation in this guy. He's probably the easiest to articulate of any of them that I've reviewed so far, especially in the TMNT line. So there we go. There is your Foot Soldier. Let's bring in some additional guys for size comparison and wrap up our video. All right, guys, so here's wave one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Super 7 line, and man, these guys absolutely killed it. Just kind of as my final thoughts, since this is my final review, I absolutely love this line. It may be my favorite line at the moment for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, that's not taken away from Neca. Neca's doing something a little different. So I like to compare sizes and kind of show you the differences in the figures when we do our size comparisons on these guys with the Neca counterpart, if they have one. But I don't want to compare the two figures because, again, Neca is doing something different, and Neca's doing a phenomenal job. So I'm not really here to say you should collect one or the other. I think you should collect both, and they're very different. For that reason, we're able to collect both. So here's our size comparisons. We can see that our Foot Soldier is the tallest of the bunch, as he should be. So that's going to be really cool when it comes time, I hope, when we see the Bebops and the Rocksteadies, the Shredders. I hope we're able to see those same types of size differences between them and the Turtles and Splinter, as they would be much bigger figures. Now, we'll go ahead and remove our Raphael figure, and we'll put in the Neca Foot Soldier, cartoon Foot Soldier. So we can certainly see the similarities in the two, but again, they're doing something different. You know, Neca is looking to give us a cartoon version of the foot, which looks phenomenal. Super 7 is looking to give us a toy version. So that's what they're doing. So I think a lot of folks sometimes get confused in the two and what they're doing, and you know, should you buy one versus the other? Well, it just depends on what you want to collect. If you want to collect based on the cartoon, you want to go with Neca. If you want to collect based on the old toys that we grew up playing with in the late 80s and early 90s, you'd want to go with Super 7. Just a totally different path each company decided to go down. But they've both done just a great job. I can't say enough about either company. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, click that like button. It helps this video get shared so other people are able to see it. If you're already a subscriber, I want to thank you for subscribing to Man Cave Collectibles Reviews. I really appreciate your support. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as part of the team. Hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Until next time.